Far from the whispers of prophecy and the echoes of war, Destiny slept soundly in a humble noodle shop. This wasn't a place of legends or epic tales, at least not yet. It was a place of steam, savory broth, and the clatter of bowls. Here in the heart of the Valley of Peace, our story begins not with a warrior, but with a panda. A big, slightly clumsy, and incredibly lovable panda named Po. His world was small, confined by the four walls of the family business. But his dreams? Oh, his dreams were as vast as the sky. He was a son, a helper, and a noodle maker, in training, but deep down, a secret fire burned within him, a longing for something more, something legendary. Just didn't know that his ordinary life was about to become anything but. Po's entire world, for as long as he could remember, revolved around two things: noodles and his dad, Mr. Ping. Now, Mr. Ping wasn't a panda. He was a goose, kind, slightly neurotic, but incredibly loving goose whose passion for noodles was matched only by his love for his son. His one grand dream for Po was for him to take over the family noodle shop, to master the secret ingredient soup, and to carry on the Ping family legacy. "We are noodle folk," he'd say. "Broth runs through our veins." Being a good son, tried his best. He served the customers, he chopped the vegetables, he learned the recipes. He worked hard, day in and day out, his large frame navigating the tiny kitchen with surprising, though not always successful, agility. But while his hands were busy making noodles, his heart was somewhere else entirely. It was a heart that dreamed of thrilling battles, of heroic deeds, of a life far grander than a bowl of soup, no matter how secret the ingredient was. Every single night, as the village slept, Po's mind would come alive. His dreams were not of perfect noodle consistency or happy customers. No, they were vivid, action-packed fantasies. He dreamed of kung fu. He saw himself as a master, moving with impossible grace and speed, a blur of black and white fur defending the innocent. In his sleep, he fought alongside the greatest heroes, his paws and feet a symphony of controlled power. He was the Dragon Warrior, a legend spoken of in hushed, reverent tones. The cheers of the crowd were a roar in his ears. But then, every morning the dream would fade. The sun would rise, and reality would return with the familiar clang of pots and pans. He'd wake up, not in a majestic temple, but in his small room above the noodle shop. The heroic roar of the crowd was replaced by his father's call, "Po, get up, the noodles aren't going to make themselves." And with a heavy sigh, another day of serving soup would begin. The taste of disappointment far stronger than any secret ingredient. In Po's world, the ultimate symbols of everything he yearned for were the Furious Five. They weren't just masters, they were legends, walking among them. Tigress, with her fierce power and unwavering focus. Monkey, with his acrobatic and unpredictable style. Mantis, whose small size hid incredible strength. Viper, graceful and precise. And Crane, the calm and collected master of the air. Po didn't just admire them, he idolized them. He had collected their action figures, memorized every story of their heroic exploits. To him, they were gods of kung fu, living embodiments of greatness. He would watch them train from a distance, his eyes wide with a mixture of awe and longing. To them, however, he was invisible. Just a big, fat panda from the noodle shop, another face in the crowd, completely and utterly unremarkable. The chasm between his world and theirs felt as wide as the valley itself, an impossible distance to cross. Po had all but accepted his fate. He was Po, the noodle guy, the son of Mr. Ping. A dreamer whose dreams were destined to stay just that, dreams. He believed his chance at greatness, if it ever existed, had long since passed him by. He was just Po. But destiny has a funny way of working. It's not always a grand announcement or a clear, shining path. Sometimes it's a clumsy accident. Sometimes it's a desperate attempt to see your heroes that goes wonderfully, terribly wrong. Sometimes destiny doesn't call you. It trips you, sends you tumbling, and makes you land, quite literally, right in the middle of history. For Po, destiny wasn't a gentle tap on the shoulder. It was a rocket chair, a spectacular crash, and the stunned silence of an entire valley. He thought his story was over before it began. He was wrong. It was just getting started.